Tonight, the frantic search for survivors continues in central Mexico more than 24 hours after a 7.1 magnitude earthquake struck. So far, the death toll is at least 223, but that number is expected to rise. WJZ is live. George Solis with the latest on the tragedy and reaction from Baltimore's Hispanic community. George?
That's right. Good evening, Mary. Well, the mere fact that people are being rescued in that rubble is uplifting to many, but unfortunately there are still many unaccounted for, and the clock is ticking. Scenes like these playing out all over Mexico City. A sea of first responders and volunteers racing against time in unstable terrain to rescue survivors trapped in the rubble following Tuesday's deadly earthquake. This man says his wife and grandson narrowly escaped certain death as this church came crashing down. Wakes are being held for the dead, which include at least 25 children at a school. Among so much heartbreak, there is some joy as more stories emerge of rescue, like this woman and this man, both pulled from the rubble.
They were making noise with metal, so with coins, so that the volunteers, the rescue, could hear that noise.
Volunteer Alex Osorio helped free 4 people from this demolished office building. The group able to hear the scraping sound of coins coming from the wall that buried the survivors. This, also a common sight. Workers raising their fists in the air, calling for silence to hear any other calls for help. Here in Maryland, those with ties to the Mexican community are starting to hear firsthand accounts of just how bad the devastation really is.
Muy fuerte y triste.
Ilda Mayazela's close friends have family members who survived the quake. She tells me the stories she's hearing are haunting.
Una muchacha me platicó que su amigo
One girl tells me that her friend is helping remove the bodies, and it's very powerful for her, she says. She says they're all counting their blessings and hopeful more lives will be saved. Now, so far, more than 50 people have been pulled from the rubble. Live tonight, George Solis, WJZ Eyewitness News.
George, thank you. Nearly 40 buildings collapsed after the quake. Many have been removing bricks by hand to avoid collapsing additional debris.